brand new market update for you with the brand new market numbers out. Ending out 2022, looking at 2023, big time news last month. Sales down for single family homes down 52.5% right now. 52.5% drop in the amount of buyers that bought and closed on a property last year in December. And so that's year versus year change. Here's an interesting part though. Looking at overall prices have actually increased the last 3 months, and we'll talk about what's driving that. What's driving that is low inventory. We talked about that for the past few really months, and we talked about previous videos, and obviously every week here on our radio show, every Saturday and Sunday on WRNN 99.5. But here's the crazy part. Median sales price last month for single-family homes up 17.2% at $375,000. If you go back just 3 months ago to September, it was $345,500. And so when you're seeing sales drop drastically but prices go up, we know that inventory has been controlling that. Inventory has gone back down last month. I'll talk about that in a second. Average sale price also up 13%. $450,000 right now. Even if you go back to September, $417,000. So up significantly from September in both median and average. And here's why. Inventory. Even though year over year it's up 100%, right now at 2.4 months inventory, which is still a seller's market. It's almost a super seller's market still, because if you do anything below 6 months, it's a seller's market. Anything above 6 months is a buyer's market. And the last time we were this low inventory was December 2020. And so last month was really that kind of combination where we hit the absolute high here in the most recent year since 2020 in November at 2.6 months. It dropped back down 2.4 months in December, between November and December. And so that's overall something that's holding tight with price because there's just not a whole lot of houses out there. And so we're seeing buyers still pay decent prices, and that's one thing protecting sellers right now. And so I do think unless we see rates drop significantly, if we see a decline in prices, we'll probably see some softening of price here in first quarter, just because you can't sustain a 50+% drop in sales and not see some slight decline in prices. But great news, we're seeing a lot of relocations here still, a lot of busyness. My team's still been busy every day since the first of the year, selling multiple properties. We sold 700 properties last year in 2022, and we're still going to continue doing that this year. Condo sales also down 49.6%. So last month, 334 condo sales versus 663 in December 2021. So significant difference there overall. But guess what? Prices also up. Prices up 19.2% for condos. Right now, median price for condos $225,750. Average price for condos up 19.9%, and that's month versus month. Looking at December 2022 versus December 2021, average price right now $261,421. And here's the thing: inventory is up significantly, a little bit more in condos, and so they did see a month versus month decline. Like I mentioned, single families, though, the last 3 months in a row, prices have declined month versus month. So from September, when it was at $345, it went up in basically October, November, and December. And so great news there overall. Inventory right now for condos, 214% increase since the same time last year, but it's still very, very low. Right now, it's 2.2 months inventory. And if you look at inventory in November, it was at 2.3 months. And so you're seeing that decline in inventory in both single families and resale homes, single family homes and condos. You're seeing that really protect price right now. And so I do think that we always, like I mentioned, price is a lagging indicator. We may see some softening. If I'm thinking about selling right now, maybe a good time to do it before it gets to spring, because there's still such a low inventory right now. A lot of homeowners do the same thing, and they say, what? We want to wait till spring. And I think that if you get ahead of that right now, rates are still fairly low. Right now, it's today's show, 6.50%. It's down almost a full point from where it was at the peak. And we're hoping that we'll see some lightening of interest rates in the second and third quarter. But right now, inventory is low. If you're thinking about selling, take a look at what value you can get, because a lot of buyers are still relocating. Even though there's not as many buyers, there's still a lot of very, very, very serious buyers out there that are paying great prices, that are relocating from other areas up north, and they're seeing a lot of value in what we have here. We saw a huge jump in properties this week, over $1 million sold, a huge jump in properties this week, and properties over $500,000 sold. And so it's a really, really good time. And if I'm thinking about buying, here's the thing. We're seeing a lot less competition, and prices are still staying fairly recent to where they were, and so they're not jumping as dramatically as they were, but we're seeing some seller concessions right now. We're seeing it on our buyer team at least. We're getting some great deals out there from a lot of agents who are inexperienced and don't really know what they're doing, so they're not advising their clients the right way in this marketplace. They think it's actually going down when it's not, and so we've been able to negotiate very hard for our clients. But here's the thing: if you're a buyer, don't necessarily wait until spring when interest rates go down, because then you're going to see the buyers who are on the sidelines jump back in and start driving prices back up, because we have this overall problem that has not been solved. That problem is a 5 million unit home shortage left over after the 2008 crisis, and that's why we're in the situation we're in now. If you want to know more how this works, reach out to us. More than happy to walk you through it. My job here, we've been doing on this radio show for 13 plus years, is to give you the best information, the best data and analytics to make the absolute best decision you can with your largest assets. But we're here to serve you in the community. You can also get a free online evaluation of what your home's worth on the email. There's a link on the email. There's also a link on the page that you see this video. If you're on YouTube watching this, you can go look at SloanRealtyGroup.net or just Google Blake Sloan Real Estate. We have a free online evaluation tool that's the most accurate on the net I can find. And more than anything, question-wise, respond to the email. Let us know you have questions. If you know anybody thinking about buying or selling in 2023, do me a favor. Say, you got to call my buddy Blake Sloan. Save me in your phone, 843-808-SOLD. We'll see you next video. If you have any questions in the meantime, just reach out and let us know.